Now that you've taken me there, let me take your views on that.
Yesterday's match?
Yes.
Oh, well, you see, sometimes in football, at a certain stage in your life, you are bound to suffer some mishap, like going to taste relegation and come back again.
Hearts is nearing relegation.
I think
with 5 games to go.
It's good for them to do that. It's good for them to go there and they restructure themselves and come back again. There's nothing wrong in going to relegation. It's the same thing.
Is that their solution now?
No, yeah, teams have gone. No, you see, Hearts will not be the first team to have gone to relegation. Olympics have gone.
Yeah, but Hearts is such a big team.
It doesn't matter.
Mean, it's such a big deal.
It doesn't matter.
Hearts
no.
Today.
It doesn't matter at all. Well, it's a game, and unfortunately, they find themselves in that position. They should go and come back again. There's nothing wrong about that.
But we know the issues surrounding Accra Hearts of Oak. We know that they have issues.
Well, what are the issues?
I mean, it's either one time supporters think that management is not doing something, they sack their coach and hire somebody else. The players are not in good form. I mean, there seem to be real issues.
So why don't you go there, go and take a holistic view of what has happened and bounce back again, than struggle to be there and you keep on struggling.
Is that what they need? Do they need relegation?
They need to go and come back.
Will they be able to come back?
The House of Oak can come back. It's a mighty oak. So let them go and come back. I don't find anything wrong with it. Seriously.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure I've seen Hearts of Oak in that zone before.
Listen.
So I don't know how it...
Yeah, but look, great clubs like Cornerstones, Great Ashantis, Hazakis, great teams that are in the same pedigree as House of Oak have come and gone. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. People are making fetish out of this. I don't find that I don't find worrying at all.
Would you be clapping for Kotoko today after that win, particularly because of the incident that happened? You know, robbers going on them.
Oh no! I mean,
them. They did quite a good job because I was like, why do you have to play after that incident?
Well, the motivation to play was they were also on the verge of going to relegation if they hadn't won. So that was the motivation to get out of relegation.
Yeah, but the torture of armed robbers coming in on you and taking your phones and gadgets and things like that.
Well, it would have had an effect, but I think that notwithstanding, they were able to surmount it and come in and play their match. That shows that they are good sportsmen. I mean, yeah, it was. I was surprised that the security around that place. It's a hotel.
Yes.
And I was wondering.
It's a guest house.
Yes, a guest house. I was wondering how come with about 22 or 30 players there, none of them was able to phone a colleague that they're an attack or some of that sort before. Yeah.
Because we hear the operation was for about 2 hours.
Well, exactly. So I was wondering that sometimes you have to read into certain things too.
So you doubt that it was genuine robbery, Mr. Dekoka?
Let me be a bit skeptical. Allow me that luxury. Allow me that luxury.
So what are you thinking? You didn't buy into that.
Sometimes, you know, this is Ghana.
No, but if a team did that,
2 hours and then around Tantra Hill, 2 hours, and we are telling me, when I read the size, 2 hours and 30 players, one of them couldn't go and hide somewhere and call the police or jump the wall, or I mean, it's very, very.
But what does a team stand to gain from staging something like that?
I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, look, you see, there's something called juju and tricks in football. Are you aware of that?
I have heard, but you have been in it, yeah, so you can tell me more.
You know, there's something called juju and tricks. It's part of the game, you know.
Really? Is it something that you've done before? Have you faked something before?
Oh, no, not that. I don't want to sit here and talk about football, but I want to tell you there's something called juju and tricks in football. And that one is psychological warfare. You know, you can play psychological games. You know?
So this could have been...
Well, you can interrogate it further. If I take the skeptical view, I can say a lot of things. You know, it's a psychological warfare. Maybe I play the sympathy. I want the sympathy on my side. There are a lot of things that...
So this surely played in their favor then?
It played in their favor as well. because they should not be able to come and play at all. If they were so traumatized, they shouldn't have come to play at all. Yes.
Let's look quickly at the entire league. I mean, what do you think about the league? Unfortunately, still not attracting people.
Exactly.
We are still talking about the EPL so much, and not our own local league.
No, it's not a matter of the EPL. You know, when I was in football, there was English league, there was Italian league, but the stadium on a Sunday or on a midweek get packed. It depends on the quality of players that you've got. You understand? Those days you can mention Ricky Timan, Ben Kaede, a lot of good players. So people will want to go and watch them. So your league can only be strong and attractive if you have got quality players. And that's what we are lacking. I mean, the players, when they are familiar, I don't even, in some of them, we haven't heard of their names. And that is what is killing the league. And that's what people in charge should address themselves to.
You know, money is more like the central to football now. I had this old Nigerian player who was saying that Nigerian players, for instance, in Europe, they are either very few or they are not even talked about like those that they had in the past. And it looks like it's all money, 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 money. So, for instance, you find a Samoa Jan who should be in a very competitive league playing, for instance, in China where nobody's following. So it's all about the money. But are they not right in following the money too? Because if you look at some of the old players, some of them are really, really poor, even though they were big in the past.
Yeah, in the past, money was not all that players were looking for. They were looking to wear the national jersey. They were looking to make a name for themselves. Well, things have changed now, and it become a big money issue. So the players are not willing to play that sacrificial role. Right? They're in a hurry to go out there. And when you go out there, you end up playing in China. And the quality of your own football even degenerates. You understand? Yeah. So we have to come back to basics. At what stage do you have to go and play outside? At what stage should you be looking for the money? But eventually, or unfortunately for us, at this moment of time, everything has become money. So people are not willing to wait for some period of time. And that, you are right. So people just enter into a money situation, and within a short period they are bent out and their career is ended. You know, but so for me, like I said earlier on, we are going to be where we are now because the quality of players will not be there. The moment they come up, they want to join the gravy trail. Yeah.
But what is the problem with the clubs? Because before, if you're playing for Hearts of Oak, for instance, it would have been such a big deal.
Yeah.
You would be proud of the fact that you're playing for Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, because there's no competition in the league. There's no competition. Hearts is not competitive. Kotoko is not competitive because of the caliber of people that are playing. You understand? Yeah. But those days, you look at all the clubs, and more so, all the traditional clubs that will make the league competitive, right, have all, one way or the other, dissolved themselves in the. So you have a team called WAFA, a team called what? Inter Allies. And these are business entities. So they're grooming the players to sell them. The traditional clubs are no more there. The traditional Olympics has Kotoko, Cornerstones. Those clubs were traditional clubs, and they made the league very, very attractive.
Is that something that the FA can do to get things better? I mean, I think a lot lies with the GFA.
Well, they are also focused on different things, maintaining themselves in power. So their focus is now how to entrain themselves. So they've forgotten about what needs to be done.
How do we get them back on track?
It's where you have got a situation where the government is told that it should not interfere in the affairs of the association. That's the problem.
Was government interfering before?
Those days,
how much?
Before government appoints the chairman of the FA, right? So government has got an interest in it, right, to ensure that it is properly done. These days, the Minister of Sports cannot put his mouth into what they, because they say they are an association. So we leave them, and that's the problem. So everybody is going to sit back, and that is the result we are having.
And I'm talking these issues with Mr. Adekoka because he's a former football administrator. So when you get him, you have to explore all the angles. But enough of football now, I guess. I remember us talking, and one of the things you said, we were talking about the energy situation, and you said it would play a key role in 2016.
Yes.
If you're able to fix it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you on track to fixing it?
Well, this weekend I saw some slight change in power, because I had light from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even this morning. So I can say that.
But usually that doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm saying
because you know you can hear our generators on right now.
You asked a question, and I'm giving you that. You asked whether we are on track, and I'm just giving you that there are little things that we are doing that we have to fix. The president said by the end of the year he will have fixed it. And I think steps have been taken in that direction to ensure that it must be. And all of us are holding him to that it must be fixed. Power does not know color of the party you belong to. It's all of us. So this is a national situation, and that is how we should look at it. That we must fix our power, because without power, our economy will collapse. Without power, a lot of things will not happen to us. So all of us must come on board to ensure that this is done. And I'm saying the signs are that actions have been taken that will ensure that if it's not totally resolved, at least there'll be some mitigation.
You know, some people, that's the fear. Some people feel that because of election 2016, there could be an artificial fixing. Only for us to come back
be very positive
in 2017, and then we'll be greeted with...
No, let's be positive in all our thinking. Let's be positive that in the power situation, it shouldn't be a gimmick. We should have lasting solution. I believe that is what we should do. It shouldn't be a gimmick that you are just going to do that because of election. We are doing because our brothers and sisters need power, and that's what we should do.
But is that what is happening?
Exactly. That's what I've told you. The signs are there that government has taken the relevant steps to ensure that by the end of the year, I said by the end of the year, if not all is fixed, at least we will have some respite.
Because it's in your interest.
It is very
even as an NDC chairman.
It is in our interest to do that.
Do you still hold the view
I
that
hold the view.
If you don't fix, you're likely to lose?
We have to do it. Yeah, I mean, people will take it on us. So I believe that we should do it so that those who have lost their jobs can get back on track to work. It's very important. It's a national assignment for all of us.
Well, Ms. Adekoka, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you so much for having a fruitful conversation with us this morning. But let me go on Facebook and read some of your comments on the different issues that we've been tackling. Let's get to the issue of the nurses. Let's start with the issue of the nurses. And here we go. I want you to see what I'm reading, even though it might be hard for you to read. This one from Nantoma. Nantoma Mahamadu says, I don't know if this government cares about workers in this country at all. The nurses have responsibilities on their shoulders. If they are not paid, how would they work effectively? I give them full support. Nantoma, thanks for your message. Courage says, the 2013 batch of teachers are also facing the same problem. How can you work for over 1 year and be paid only 3 months? The ministries have to sit up. Abanga John, on this fetish thing, I don't know where you're going with this. Joseph Krampa is asking, who is next? Osanja for Yao Jamina says, Ayeka. Bukari Idi says, Ghana is sweeter than sweet. And, okay, yeah, you're going to a place where I don't want to go with you. Gifty Day Mensa says, hey, we are dead. Oh. Asante Abrefa Emmanuel says, now the council wants to speak for its junior nurses. Better late than none. It's time you put down that precious belt of yours and start seeing the welfare of nurses. And I'm ending with Bauer. Bauer Richard says, is in the right direction. Time and tide waits for no man. The action is now. So all of you in support of this action embarked on by the nurses. Let me get on this subject as well. And if you want to comment on any of our issues, just get to facebook.com News on TV, and then have your say. Do it decently, though, so we'll be able to share it. Student riots are increasing in the country. Would you say they are as a result of indiscipline, impunity, or lack of parental control? That will be on Interactive. So I encourage you, go and have your say in there, and then, when Ifwa Akwa Harrison is on, she will share the rest of it with you. But Mr. Adekoka, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
And have a good day.
Okay, yeah, you too. So that's the Greater Accra chairman of the NDC. I forgot to ask about the Gamanche. There's a new Gamanche.
It's very confusing. Very, very confusing. Lachewi is who was also sworn in. I don't know whether it's been understood or not. And the new one has.
He died, right? So
No. The Gamanche died in London, and then somebody was installed. Nilache, he called himself a Gamanche, and then another one has also been installed now. Now, I happen to know both of them.
Okay.
the new one is a very good friend of mine. Actually, he told me some few weeks ago that he will soon be. Can I ask, how about the other guy? And he said, well, he's the rightful chief. Let's see how it plays out.
Would we also begin to see factions coming up? Somebody disagreeing and somebody saying...
Well, let's see, because as for chieftaincy matters in this country, sometimes you don't know what to say, but let's see how it plays out.
But why are the guns? Why are you not able to put your house in order? Ghana is a beautiful place to live.
Yes, they should have they should all come together and have. You see, there are a lot of, when we go to Jamestown, within an enclave of about 1 kilometer, you have about 4, 5, 6, 7 chiefs there, and it's a problem. And I think that is what all of us should come together and have one chief, one government, which everybody pays homage to. But it's a complicated issue that we politicians need not get involved. It's for the traditional leaders to sort themselves out.
Yeah, amazing. Let me not pretend all is well in my town as well. We have our own issues, but thank you so much for your time. Okay, so stay with us. We've got entertainment, the things that you missed over the weekend, including that renewal of marriage. It's a beautiful thing. 10 years of it with Majid Michel and his beautiful wife. We've got showbiz coming your way. Stay with us, courtesy Airtel.